North Korean leader Kim Jong Un inspects a new factory producing advanced rocket launchers, calling them a breakthrough in firepower. The visit comes just hours after Pyongyang confirmed fresh cruise missile test fires, sending a clear message of combat readiness to rivals abroad. According to the Korean Central News Agency, Kim described the system as a super-powerful weapon capable of sudden, precise, and devastating strikes. He said the rockets would become the backbone of North Korea's offensive capability and would be deployed in large quantities during military operations. Images released by state media showed Kim touring a vast factory floor, standing beside large missile systems surrounded by propaganda slogans. Kim was accompanied by senior figures from the country's missile program, signaling the strategic importance of the new weapons system. State media quoted Kim as saying the launchers could also serve as strategic strike assets, raising fresh concerns over their potential deployment. The inspection is part of a wider push by Kim to boost counteroffensive capabilities, including recent tours of missile factories and weapons facilities. Earlier this year, Kim also oversaw the construction of an 8,700-ton nuclear-powered strategic missile submarine, further expanding North Korea's strike options. The visit followed Pyongyang's announcement that it had successfully test-fired 2 long-range strategic cruise missiles, a move framed as a response to foreign threats.
North Korea has carried out another high-profile weapons drill, test-firing 2 strategic long-range cruise missiles in what it described as a demonstration of nuclear combat preparedness amid rising regional tensions. According to the state-run Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, the launches were conducted on Sunday over the Yellow Sea, west of the Korean peninsula, under the direct supervision of leader Kim Jong Un. The exercise was aimed at assessing the combat capability and counteroffensive readiness of long-range missile units as Pyongyang continues to warn against what it views as escalating military pressure from the United States and South Korea. KCNA reported that the cruise missiles remained airborne for more than 2 hours before accurately striking their designated targets at sea. State media released footage showing the missiles being launched and impacting targets, underscoring what officials described as the reliability and effectiveness of the weapons system. Kim Jong Un expressed great satisfaction with the results of the drill and reiterated his commitment to the unlimited and sustained development of North Korea's nuclear combat forces, according to the report. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff, JCS, confirmed the launches, saying it detected multiple cruise missiles fired at around 8 a.m. local time from the Sunan area near Pyongyang. The South Korean military said it remains on heightened alert and is closely coordinating with the United States to monitor developments and respond to any potential provocations. Pyongyang framed the missile test as a defensive measure. KCNA said Kim emphasized that verifying the reliability of the country's nuclear deterrent was a legitimate exercise of its right to self-defense and war deterrence, particularly in response to what North Korea considers growing external security threats. The comments were reported by Agence France-Presse, AFP, which noted that North Korea often portrays such weapons tests as reactions to joint U.S.-South Korea military activities. The timing of the launch comes shortly after North Korea revealed progress on what it claims will be its first nuclear-powered submarine. Last week, KCNA published images of Kim inspecting a large submarine under construction in an indoor facility, accompanied by senior officials and his daughter, Kim Jong Un. Pyongyang has suggested the vessel could eventually be equipped with nuclear-capable missiles, a development that would significantly expand its maritime strike capabilities. North Korea's state media on Thursday released images of what it described as an 8,700-ton nuclear-powered strategic guided missile submarine, marking the first time Pyongyang has publicly revealed the vessel's size and what appears to be a completed hull since announcing its nuclear submarine ambitions in 2021. According to the Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, leader Kim Jong Un said the submarine would strengthen the country's ability to respond to what he called an increasingly hostile security environment. Kim condemned South Korea's parallel submarine plans, labeling them an offensive act that North Korea must counter. Seoul, meanwhile, has moved swiftly after receiving approval from U.S. President Donald Trump in October to pursue nuclear-powered submarines. A government-wide task force was launched last week, and South Korea's National Security Advisor, Wi Sung-lak, said discussions are underway for an agreement that would allow Washington to supply nuclear fuel for military use. This move Kim Jong Un described as an offensive act that violates North Korea's security and maritime sovereignty, according to KCNA. The push aligns with broader U.S. efforts to encourage allies to take greater responsibility for their own defense. South Korea has long sought nuclear submarines as a deterrent against North Korea's expanding nuclear arsenal, which in recent years has extended to sea-based platforms, including submarine-launched missiles and a claimed nuclear-capable torpedo.
The drill also takes place ahead of a ruling Workers' Party Congress expected early next year, the first in 5 years. Analysts say the meeting could signal new policy directions, including North Korea's stance toward the United States and the future of stalled nuclear negotiations.
While United Nations Security Council resolutions ban North Korea from testing ballistic missiles, cruise missile tests are not explicitly prohibited. However, security analysts caution that such weapons still pose a serious threat due to their precision and low-altitude flight profiles, which make them harder to detect and intercept. The latest launch underscores Pyongyang's continued efforts to expand its military leverage as it weighs the possibility of renewed talks with Washington following the collapse of negotiations in 2019 during U.S. President Donald Trump's first term.
This is a development Washington has long feared and closely tracked. North Korea may be moving closer to a weapon designed specifically to threaten the U.S. mainland. On December 24th, North Korean state media released the first ever images of what it says is the country's first nuclear-powered submarine, now under construction. The submarine reportedly displaces 8,700 tons, marking a major leap in Pyongyang's undersea strike capability. South Korean military sources had warned as early as October 2024 that construction was underway, following years of North Korean claims that a nuclear submarine was part of its strategic roadmap. While smaller than China's Type 094 submarines, America's Ohio class, or Russia's massive Borei class, the vessel is larger than India's Arihant class nuclear submarines and far more capable than earlier generations. The images show a sail integrated into a raised turtleback structure believed to house missile launch tubes, along with a side-mounted sonar array and 6 torpedo tubes. For decades, North Korea has operated the world's largest submarine fleet by numbers, and in recent years has rapidly upgraded its capabilities. That includes its first ballistic missile submarine around 2017, a cruise missile submarine unveiled in 2023, and even a nuclear-armed unmanned underwater drone tested from April 2023. U.S. analysts assess these programs were always intended to pave the way for a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine, providing Pyongyang with a survivable second strike capability. Such a platform would complement one of the world's most diverse and heavily dispersed land-based nuclear arsenals. Unlike diesel submarines, nuclear-powered submarines can remain submerged for months, allowing them to strike targets anywhere in the world with little warning. For the United States, that raises a critical concern: a second strike threat that could survive even a successful first strike on North Korea's land-based forces. Submarine-launched missiles can also approach from unexpected directions, including potential strike paths toward the U.S. mainland from the south, where missile defenses are thinner. That concern is magnified by North Korea's advances in hypersonic glide vehicles, first tested in 2021, and now operational on the Hwasong-16B missile. U.S. defense officials warn such technology could allow future submarine-launched missiles to evade existing air and missile defenses more effectively. The ability to strike the U.S. mainland has long been a core objective for Pyongyang, driven by history. Washington has repeatedly come close to launching large-scale attacks on North Korea, including nuclear strikes. In 2016, former U.S. President Barack Obama reportedly considered military action, held back only by Pentagon warnings. In 2016, President Donald Trump's administration drew up contingency plans for massive nuclear strikes that analysts said could have killed millions. Earlier administrations, from Truman and Eisenhower to Nixon, also seriously considered nuclear attacks, while Johnson and Clinton nearly launched conventional strikes. North Korea has yet to fully clear unexploded U.S. munitions from the Korean War, a conflict that killed between 20 and 30% of its population. That legacy remains central to North Korea's security doctrine. The perceived threat was further reinforced by U.S.-led interventions in Iraq and Libya, both of which had surrendered their weapons of mass destruction before being attacked. From Washington's perspective, the message is clear. A nuclear-powered North Korean submarine would represent a new and far more dangerous phase in the country's deterrence strategy, one designed not just to survive, but to hold the United States itself at risk.